No wicked man has ever died peacefully. I humbly welcome my viewers or viewers of my video as usual. Today we're going to continue with Surah to Nisai, the Surah concerning women, and we are starting with section 13. The verse is 92. You will see that we are still on war situation. We are still on war. The situation of war and rules guiding events during war. Let's go on. Namshi. Uh, وما كان لم وما كان لمؤمن أن يقتل مؤمنا. That's war situation. Remember, never should a believer kill a believer. When you are in war, you should never kill a believer. I believe this means even if they are on the opposite side. I don't know because believers don't fight believers. So all that we are fighting are non-believers or people opposing God, people opposing believers for no reason. So no believer should kill a believer in war. وَمَا كَانَ لِمُؤْمِنٍ أَنْ يُقْتِلَ مُؤْمِنًا إِلَّا خَطَأً, except by mistake. إِلَّا خَطَأً, except by mistake. And they will tell us what follows if you kill a believer by mistake. وَمَنْ قَتَلَ مُؤْمِنًا خَطَأً فَتَحْرِيرُ رَكْبَةٍ فَتَحْرِيرُ رَكَبَةٍ مُؤْمِنَةٍ, except by mistake. And whoever kills a believer by mistake, it is ordained that he should free a believing slave. Yes, those days it was nice gesture to release a slave. You know, slavery is not good. So you can see that even as far back as 1,400 years, slaves were being released. It's just recently that after large outcry from people started saying the slaves should be released. But even in those days, the slaves were being released as a nice gesture, uh, because even then the slaves were not maltreated like they were done in the plantations in America and elsewhere. So uh, let's see. إلا هتكا ومن قتل مؤمنا هتكا فتحرير ركبة مؤمنا. So you will free a believing slave, but that's not all. Wadiyatin muslimatan. You free a believing slave and then pay blood money. Let's see. And whoever kills a believer by mistake, it is ordained that he should free a believing slave and pay blood money. Yes, and pay blood money to the deceased family. لأهله. Let's see. إلى أهله. ركبة مؤمنا ودية ودية مسلمة إلى أهله, to pay blood money to the family of the believing slave who was killed by mistake. We will get to intentional killing of a believer. So if you are killed by mistake, if a believer is killed by mistake by another believer, he has these are the guidelines for them. You free a slave and then you pay blood money to the family of the deceased. Muslimatan ila ahli wa illa an yasadaku, except the family of the deceased waive it. They don't take anything. In other words, if they say no, it's okay. You are believer and believer, you killed a believer, it's okay. Have it. We won't take anything. It's not annoyance. It's there. It's there. Illa an yasadaku. Uh, whoever kills a believer, it is ordained that he should kill a believing slave and pay blood money to the deceased family unless they remit it freely. Yes, illa an yasadaku, unless they remit it freely. Hmm? Okay, let's go on. Illa an yasadaku. فإن كان فإن كان من مؤمن عدو لكم وهو مؤمن فتحرير ركبة مؤمنة uh, unless they remit it. If the disease belongeth to a people at war with you, so I think I made a mistake. Maybe believing people could also be at war with believing people. So this explains it. If the disease belongeth to a people at war with you, and he was a believer, eh, the freeing of a believing slave is enough. Mm. So if you kill a believing slave from amongst people who were fighting you, you don't need to pay blood money. You can free a believing slave, and that is enough. So let's see. عليه إلا أن يصدوا فإن كان من قوم عدو لكم وهو مؤمن فتحرير ركبة مؤمنا. Yes, just what do you call it? Freeing of a slave is enough. وإن كان من قوم بينكم وبينهم ميثاق فدية مسلمة إلى أهله. If the disease is uh, if the disease is from a family, is from a group that has a treaty with you, you don't use, as well as releasing the slave, you still have to pay blood money. These are the rules. These are golden rules. Hmm? If it's from your people, you have to pay believing man. From believing people, you have to pay blood money. If it's a believing man, not from, not on enmity with you, but with on a treaty. On a treaty, you still have to release the slave as well as paying blood money. Mm. On the other hand, if they are enemies, you don't pay blood money. You just release a slave. Um, let's see. Ila ahlihi. Let's see. Okay, let's go back a bit. وَإِنْ كَانَ مِنْ قَوْمٍ بَيْنَكُمْ وَبَيْنَهُمْ. Oh, I think I've read it. For مِنْ كَانَ Muslimat, yes, ila ahlihi, to his family. So if he's on a treaty with you, from a group on a treaty with you, uh, you pay blood money as well as releasing a slave to the deceased families. Ila ahlihi. Watahriru rakabatan mominatan. Yes, that's I've read it already. So, and what do you call it? Oh, freeing of a slave as well as paying blood money. Mhm. فمن لم يجد فمن لم يجد فصيام شهرين متتابعين. If you can't, you have no resources, you don't have slaves, or you can't pay blood money, you have to fast 2 months continuously, 2 months in succession. Let me see. Uh, if he belonged to a people with whom you have a treaty, I think I've done that, mutual and blood money should be paid, and a believing slave be freed. Yes. For those who find this beyond their means, is prescribed a fast for 2 months running. So you killed wrongly in a war, you don't have no money, you don't even have slaves, and no money to pay blood money. fast for 2 months, running, from day 1 up to day 30, up to day 60, running without stop, without breathing space. You don't have to stop one day and say, today I'm tired, I can't do it. No. So you see the golden rules in the Quran concerning error killing. Let me call it error killing in war. Okay. Uh, Sharini mutatabi'ini. Tawbata min Allahi. Tawbata min Allahi. And it says, concerning the fasting. And it says, for God, no, Tawbata min Allahi, rather, by way of repentance to God. So you fast 2 months running by way of repentance to God. Tawbata min Allahi. And then it asks, let me see. Tubatan min Allah. Wa kana Allahu aliman. Wa kana Allahu aliman. Hakiman. Kana Allahu aliman. Hakiman. And God is all knowing, all wise. Uh, yes, for God hath all knowledge and all wisdom. God is all knowing, all wise. That was Psalm 92. We're now going to Psalm 93. وَمَنْ يَقْتُلْ مُؤْمِنًا متعمدا فجزاؤه فجزاؤه جهنم خالدين فيها وغضب الله عليه. This now talking about killing a Muslim intentionally. Let me complete it, and then I can go over to the other page. فمن يقتل مؤمنا متعمدا فجزاؤه جهنم خالدين فيها وغضب الله عليه ولعنه. Let's stop there and see. That's Psalm 93. I'm sorry. So this is a new sign. If a man kills a believer intentionally, yes, we're now going to intentional killing. If a man kills a believer intentionally, his recompense is hell, Jahannama, to abide therein forever, Halidina fiha, and the wrath of God, Gadaban Lahi, the wrath of God, alayhi, and the wrath of and the wrath and the curse of Allah, of God, alayhim, la'natum, wa gadaban, wa la'natum. Let me go back to read. Wa gadaban, haldina fiha, wa gadaban lahu alayhi, wa la'natum, and his curse, the wrath and curse of Allah will be on him. The curse, the wrath and curse of God will be on him. أعدت له عذابا عظيما. Wrath and curse of God will be with him. Prepared for him, and the curse of God upon him, upon him, and a dreadful chastisement is, is prepared for him. Hmm? Let me take it in Arabic again. وَجَهَنَّمَ خَالِدِينَ فِيهَا وَغَضِبَ اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَلَعْنَتُهُ وَأَعَدَ لَهُ عَذَابًا عَظِيمًا. Prepared for him is great chastisement. Hmm? It's dreadful. The word dreadful is used here. And prepared for him, such a person who kills intentionally in a war situation, the curse of God is on him. Don't think that there's no punishment there because he hasn't, unlike people paying, releasing a slave, and at the same time paying blood money, he doesn't pay anything. The curse of God and the uh, hell and the curse of God is worse than those who pay blood money and free slaves. So we go to sign 94. يا أيها الذين آمنوا إذا ضربتم في سبيل الله فتبينوا ولا تقولوا لمن ألقى إليكم السلام sorry, let me take it again. لمن ألقى إليكم السلام لست مؤمنا. So, if you meet somebody and he says to you, Assalam, do not say that he's not a Muslim and kill him or fight him because of small bounty. Mhm. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Let's see. Uh-huh. That's Psalm 94. Oh, ye who believe, when you go out in the cause of God, investigate carefully. That's tabayanna. Fatab, fatabayanu, plural. Investigate carefully. Wala takulu liman alka ilaykum assalam. And do not say of those who, through a gesture of salam, who greet you, eh, because you think they are afraid of you. You say, no, don't do that. And then just conclude that they are unbelievers and fight them or kill them. No, because of bounty. You know, people can do that because a group has bounty, and then somebody from that group comes to say, "Oh, salam alaikum." Then you conclude that no, you say no, he's not a Muslim, he's not a believer. The word Muslim is not here. It's not a believer, and then fight him. No. لمن ألقى إليكم سلاما لست مؤمنا. You are not a believer. Mhm. Then it adds, thou art none of a believer. Huh? Lest alakum momina. Converting the perishable goods, coveting the perishable goods of this life. Mhm. Uh-huh. Tabi, tabtaguna aradal haywati. Tabtaguna aradal hayawatil dunya. Mhm. Coveting the perishable goods of this world. Tabtaguna aradal hayawatil dunya. فإن الله مغانب كثيرا. And he's adding, after cautioning you not to kill because of God, he's saying that with God, there is plenty, abundant bounty for you. Let me see how to. And say not, coveting the perishable goods of this world, goods of this life. With God are profits and spoils abundant. With God are profits and spoils abundant. So do not hurry to kill because you want profits and spoils or bounty. It says, leave them. God knows best. Hmm? There are profits and spoils with God. In the lie, what word is this used? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. فإن الله مغانم كثيرا. In the lie, مغانم كثيرا. Profits and spoils. So if you are looking for profits and spoils, do not kill somebody for no reason for it, because there are profits and spoils with God. Either at the time that you did the killing or in heaven. Because you spare them, you might get the right person to kill for spoils if that's what you are coveting. In any case, it's against coveting for other people's goods, other people's property. Kazalika kuntum min kablu famanna Allahu alaykum. He said that is how you were. You didn't have anything. Then he bestowed his favor on you. Kazalika kuntum min kablu. That's how you were before. Famanna Allahu alaykum. Fatabayyanu inna Allaha kana bima ta'maluna habirun. So the invocation of God now comes. Let me go back a bit. Even this were ye yourselves. Even thus were you yourself. Even thus were you yourself. You yourself didn't have before. You don't have anything. Till God conferred on you his favors. Therefore, carefully investigate. فَتَبَيَّنُوا. Therefore, carefully investigate. Plural. You, plural, should carefully investigate. إِنَّ اللَّهَ كَانَ بِمَا تَعْمَلُونَ خَبِيرًا. For God is well aware of all that you do. So the invocation of God here, the name of God here is again here. Sorry, the invocation of the name of God is again here. We go to sign 95. What does this say? لا يستوي القائدون من المؤمنين غير الأولي الدربي والمجاهدين. Yes, والمجاهدون في سبيل الله. No, not equal are those believers who sit at home, ka'iduna, who sit at home instead of fighting. They are not equal to those who fight in war, except those who are disabled. So if you are not disabled, you don't, out of fear, sit at home and not fight. If you are not disabled, you have to go and fight. Don't sit at home for no reason but fear. And it says the two groups are not the same. Those who go out to fight with their life and wealth and those who sit at home, they are not the same. Let me take that again. La yastawi al-qaiduna min al-mu'minina. Those who sit at home among the believers, those of the believers who sit at home, except those غير أولو الضرر mujahideen and the fi sabilillah, and those who fight jihad in the name of God, they are not equal. I think I've explained it before. Fi sabilillah will be amwalihim, those who fight the cause of God with their wealth, وأنفسهم, and their life, they are not equal. Those who sit at home out of fear, no reason but fear, and those who fight with their property and life cannot be the same. This again, pairing. I've done it before in my very earlier videos. Pairing. فدل الله المجاهدين بأموالهم وأنفسهم وأنفسهم على الكائدين درجات. Now he's going to talk of grades. Darajat in grades or ranking. Let's see. Except those who are disabled and those who strive and the fight in the cause of God and their persons. Yeah. God hath granted a grade, yes, God has granted a grade higher. That's what I mean by ranking. Eh? God has granted a grade higher to those who strive and fight with their goods and persons. Let me see if I can take that again. Yes, Fadala. That's it. Fadala Allahu al-mujahidina bi amwalihim wa anfusihim al-qaidina darajatin. He has favored those who fight with their property and life over those who sit at home. And higher, he has favored them with a higher grade. وَكُلَّ وَعَدُ اللَّهُ وَكُلَّ وَعَدُ اللَّهُ المحسن 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 unto all in faith, kulla, unto all in faith have God promised good, has God promised good. I think that's it. All, unto all in faith has God promised good. Mosina, has God promised good. Where it ends with Mosina, that is it. Let's see. For Allah. Azim. Azim. Okay, I think I rather made a mistake. I've read it already. But those who strive and fight hath he, God, distinguished above those who sit at home by a great reward. By a great reward. He has, but those who have strived and fought by, has he distinguished by a great reward. That is Ajrun. Ajran Azim, great reward. So he has favored those who fight with their wealth and life. He has favored them with a greater reward, great reward, over those who sit at home. Because elsewhere he says both of them, Kula, have their own rewards. Wakula wa'adallahi. Both of them have, both sides have favor of God. But those who fight are higher in rank than those who sit at home. You know, God is kind. He could have taken those who, he could have denied those who sit at home favors, but That's part of his mercy. Oh God, thank you. That's part of his mercy. Ajurun Azim, great word. We go to the yes, yes. Mm, oh, okay, we finished that. We're now going to sign 96, and that is the last sign of the verse. Sorry, you see where I'm going again. I said the last sign of the section. I'm sorry, and that is the last sign of the section. That is verse 96, ayah 96, sign 96. And what does it say? درجات منه ومغفرة ورحمة, ranks especially bestowed by him, and forgiveness, مغفرة, and mercy, rahmatun. درجات منه, uh, ranks درجات منه ومغفرة, and forgiveness, ورحمة, and mercy. Then the name of God comes again. It adds, وكان الله غفور رحيما. وكان الله غفور رحيما. And it's reminding us that it is only due to his forgiving nature and mercy, forgiving nature and merciful nature. So let me read it. For God is oft forgiving and most merciful. So it is because he's oft forgiving and merciful that he looks away. He doesn't punish those who sit at home. He could have. So viewers, I think we have done enough. So we've ended with section 13 of Surah 4, and that is still on war. Guidelines in war. What you should do in war. I think they still prevail today because nobody kills anybody from his own group. And I love the Americans. They say friendly fire. When you kill somebody from your group or from a group with whom you have a treaty or a group that is helping you, they call it friendly fire. Oh, America. Okay. Thank you very much, listeners. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you very much, viewers. Ilalika Ibaba, and may God bless you very much abundantly for listening to me.